I'm sitting down with my legs crossed, which is why all of this is like scrunched up together. But like, I don't want to stand in front of my door. I want the door open, I want the fresh air, and I want the echo to be reduced somehow. I don't know how. Out there is facing digestion problems like me, you will know the feeling of being like, one day I will wake up and I will know exactly how to fix myself. My digestion problems will be gone, I will never be bloated again, and all of my current efforts will have paid off. And I feel like I should be at that stage. I feel like I've been doing all the right things to fix my digestion up until this point, and nothing is working. So instead of this video being how I fix myself, it's a digestion update and how I'm trying to still fix myself. Before I continue this video, I want you all to know that my digestion is probably as bad as it has ever been. Because I'm so new to YouTube and I haven't really found my voice, and because I don't really have a lot of knowledge in the health and nutrition world, I feel like if I was to sit down now and give you guys a tip video of how to reduce bloating and ease IBS symptoms, it would literally look like this.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Here are my 10 top tips to fight IBS. Number 1, stop being bloated. I didn't know this at the time, but all I needed to do was just stop being bloated and then all of my bloating symptoms would go away. Number 2, eliminate dairy and gluten from your life. You probably don't know it, but if you eliminate these from your diet, all of your problems will go away. Your skin problems, your hair problems, your digestive problems, and most importantly, your relationship problems.
Yeah, I've watched so many videos of how to reduce bloating and how to reduce like IBS symptoms, and they're all really basic. They're all like one advice or one thing. Like there isn't, at least for me, there really just hasn't been one thing to cure it. And I'm really trying to figure out what the hell is going on. This video is instead going to be for those of you who may have tried other things to help your digestion and they just haven't worked. I'm your gal to help you along this way because I am suffering too, and I will hopefully be able to give you advice, but also this is not an advice video because I don't know what I'm talking about. Like I said before, this is just what's going to work for me, maybe, possibly, potentially, I don't know. Let's get into the rest of the video. So, a little bit of backstory. You can like skip to this part if you just don't want to fucking hear that. I have been having like weird digestive symptoms for a while, like bloating and like a lot, for probably a few years actually, and it goes in like bouts. Like I'll have a really bad period and then it clears up completely. But this last one has been particularly bad, and it's lasted I think like 3 or 4 months where I've been bloated pretty much every single day. I was like farting a lot, I was like in the bathroom like 2 times a day at least, if you know what I mean. It was around the time I became plant-based, so I was like, it's just the beans and the soy and like all the stuff that I'm eating. Especially when you go from having like none to having them every single day, your digestive system is a bit like, whoa there buddy, I don't like that very much. Anyway, so I don't remember what I was saying. I get distracted because when I said so, it sounded like the girl from Emphasis for Family, because I was like, so, I just don't really understand.
Every Thursday at noon, Greg's gotta look at pants in this very store.
I was like, give myself time, and the problems didn't go away, they just got a whole lot worse. So I went to see my doctor. She ran a bunch of tests. My parasites checked, got my liver enzyme functions test checked, gallbladder function, celiac disease. She did a full blood count to see how my nutrients were. She tested for everything. Everything was fine. It came up with a slightly elevated levels of inflammation, but not enough to suggest, you know, I had IBD or anything like that. She sent me off to a dietitian. She's like, I don't know what to do with you. The dietitian was like, oh yeah, you have IBS. It's like, oh, okay. Well, duh. Like, he's like, here is a FODMAP book. Don't eat all of these foods. Eat low FODMAP foods. You will be fine. Come and see me in 3 weeks. I don't eat meat or animal products, so how am I gonna? Oh, do you think that maybe you could for the duration of this? So I started to have like low FODMAP foods and was like, everything tastes terrible. I just want cashews and avocados and everything. And I just like, I really want to have like cauliflower rice. And I just want to have beans for dinner. Everything tastes bad. So, because I didn't probably plan my diet and also my $90 per session dietitian didn't help me one iota in terms of meal planning, I was left undernourished and underfed. Undersatiated, I think I'd say. So I'd end up picking out on junk food and would feel worse, would feel more tired, would feel more unhappy with the food that I was eating on a daily basis. And I was like, look, I don't want to do this, especially because these problems only seem to happen quite recently. Yeah, I've had issues before, but never as bad as this, and I know that it's when I increased beans, but I was like, I've eaten beans in the past. It's now to the point where I have a handful of chickpeas, and I'm like, oh god, the cramp. Whereas like, I could down a kilo bucket of hummus and feel fine. I'm sorry guys, I'm just gonna have to film with the garbage truck in the background. Anyway, long story short, I wanted to find out why all these problems are happening, not just fix the surface issue, because I'm a holistic gal, not a surface treating problem gal. So these are the things that I'm trying to do to help my digestion. First step I really took was seeing a naturopath. I know some people out there are like, huh, naturopath, more like quackopath, am I right? But no, you're thinking of a homeopath. Actually, I would say my first step really was seeing the doctor about all this. This is kind of where everything went, but essentially I got a lot of tests done. My test results came back that everything was fine and normal. I went to the dietitian. We've been over this, we've done this, but yes, first step would be see your doctor about it. I've had doctors in the past that have dismissed my issues. If you find that you have an issue that really is pressing you, and you have a doctor that dismisses it and tells you that it's all in your head or that there is no point testing for it, I truly believe if you really think that something is wrong and something really doesn't feel right, see another doctor. My second step was seeing a naturopath because I wanted someone who would be able to give me meal advice if I needed it, also provide me with some supplements to help heal my gut and actually guide me along the way. She gave me some supplements to take that involved slippery elm and like a bunch of other stuff which I mix in, have it before my morning meal, and it's really quite tasty actually. The thing she's given me is a different probiotic. So I was taking a probiotic, which I mentioned in another video, but it needed a home to live, and the probiotic she's given me is essentially a home for these bacteria to live in, as well as, you know, do other things, but it really provides like a cushiony, comforty, cubby house in my cilia. Anyway, while I'm taking those, there is still other stuff I can do. So I am trying to reduce the low FODMAP foods, but there are some foods I just can't live without. For e.g., chickpeas. Hey buddy, how you doing? That's really weird. These are raw chickpeas that have been soaking for about 48 hours now, I think, in water with kombu in it, which I don't know if you can see. It's like this thing here. I was reading that kombu was actually apparently very good at helping the breakdown of beans and helping them get digested. So next week, I'm going to show you guys, I'm going to leave this soaking until Sunday, so it'll be soaking for 4 days. So to really test if this has actually helped the long soaking time and the kombu, I'm also going to soak another batch of raw chickpeas overnight tomorrow night, and then on Sunday I'm going to cook both of these batches separately and cook very delicious falafels at home. I'm going to eat them and see which one gives me the worst pain. In addition to that, I'm greatly increasing how much water I drink in this day with this very fancy mason jar and metal straw thing, because now I'm one of them. I'm a health and fitness YouTuber. Every morning when I wake up now, I have that water sitting next to my bed, and I drink pretty much a liter as soon as I wake up, and I, you know, get my stuff done in the morning, and it's really, really good. I can feel it actually wakes me up as well, but it also wakes my digestion up. It's like, hello, welcome to the day, everybody. Today we are filling you up with a bunch of water. Let's get started. So I'm soaking the chickpeas in the kombu water for ages. I'm drinking lots of kombu-less water. I have a very stressful job, and I am a very anxious and stressful human being, and so therefore I am stressed, and so is my stomach. When we're stressed, our body does not want to digest food. It's just not part of what it does. That in turn means that my food is not getting digested properly, my stomach acid levels are not right. Things aren't happening there as they should be, basically, when I'm super stressed. So I need to find a way to relieve that, and I do that through yoga, meditation, and exercise. My next 2 tips: having vinegar in the morning, apple cider vinegar in the morning. Bitter tasting foods do stimulate your digestion, to stimulate your appetite, to get you a little bit hungry, get your gallbladder juices flowing. I am also going to limit the low FODMAP foods. I will, try this like bean soaking method to try and eat my beans and legumes. But in general, I will look to avoid them where I can. Either I live a miserable life, not enjoying the food I eat, and then pigging out because I need something that tastes good, or I enjoy the foods that I eat, limit the foods that I can't eat as much as I can, and do my very, very best to really repair my gut and aid my digestion as much as I can until it's strong enough to have a bean party. That was fucking lame. Oh my god. Also, I totally forgot to mention this, and I briefly did for a little bit, but probiotics and fermented foods and stuff like that recolonize your good bacteria. I can show you my coconut yogurt recipe. Yes. Okay, I'll show you that now. It's the getting ready to leave montage that everybody plays. It's the getting ready to leave montage. Bye.